We're here with John Doyle, Product Marketing Manager for John Deere. John, this is like chocolate candy to me right here.
Good.
We got something new to show today, just being introduced right here at the show. Tell me about it, John.
As a matter of fact, today actually was released to our dealer channel is our new 2025R small chassis, an entry into our existing 2R family of compact utility tractors.
Okay, so this is the same size as the previous 2025R basically, but it's a new unit. Basically, is it just a small redesign, or is it kind of new from the ground up?
It's basically from the ground up.
Oh, okay.
It's built, engineered, and designed at our facility in Augusta, Georgia, our factory there. So this is all John Deere made.
Okay. Maybe you can just kind of give us a little bit of a tour.
With our new 2025R compact utility tractor, we took a lot of the aspects that we had in our current 1 Series tractors, our 1023E, or in particular our 1025R tractor. So let me just walk you through what are some of the things that we carried over from that tractor, our 1 Series, a very successful tractor in the under 30 horsepower segment. Let's talk about some of the updates that we made to this 2025R. First, let's start with our loader. We have our new 120R loader. Still comes with the quick park feature with the integrated parking stand and our unlock levers here on our loader mast. One of the changes for the 120R loader was our more slightly sloped loader boom for greater visibility. This is one of the things you'll notice we have the quick park feature on the 1 Series tractor as well. Moving back here, you can see our industry exclusive Auto Connect drive over deck. We pulled that over onto our 2 Series, and that'll be a change from our previous 2R models that we had.
Hey, one question on the decks. What sizes are available?
On the 2025R, you get the 54-inch and a 60-inch deck.
Okay. Are they the same decks that are on the 1025R then?
They're the same decks, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So the Auto Connect, it looks a little different than the 1025R. Is it beefed up a little bit? Is it exactly the same on, or did they change that? Do you have any?
There's some slight tweaks to it, but for the most part, it's basically the same. The way you hook it up is the same. Well, moving on back, some of the other things you'll notice that are very similar to our 1 Series is we got a lot of comfort. So when you're operating these machines, we want to make sure that you're comfortable in the operator's station. One thing you'll see here, we have the tilt steering wheel option that comes standard. We have the standard cruise control, so when you're mowing to maintain a constant speed. We have the premium seat. You have a good seat cushion that provides a good ride, and you get the armrest. You also come, as you notice on our following over from our 1 Series into our step up here, is you get the standard floor mat on the 1025R as well. Gives you just a little bit extra comfort there and reduces vibration on the operator platform. As we move back, you can see here we have our optional LED light kit that you can install for greater visibility when you're working at dusk or maybe in the evenings. We have our fender mounted lights here, and we also have our ROPS mounted lights as well that'll provide you some additional visibility for when you're doing that loader work.
Okay, I see this has the LEDs. You said optional. Are they optional or are they standard?
That is one difference from our 1025R package. On the 1025R, the fender mounted lights are in base package.
2025.
On the 2025R, yes.
The fender mounted lights are an option. Now, they're always LED?
No. The LED is an option up, so you can either get the standard halogen or you can option up to the LED lights.
And as a separate option, we have
the separate option would be the LED, what I'll call ROPS lights, with the LED lights mounted to our brake and turn signal lights here on our ROPS.
This looks identical to the 1025R.
That's correct.
Except with the LED lights. Now, is there a rear light as well?
Yes, you can get an optional rear light as well.
Okay.
Yep.
And one thing I noticed is these levers, same function as the 1025R, but they've been relocated to be a little easier to reach.
We've pulled these levers up so you can get to them easier to be able to adjust your PTO. Either you want to have rear PTO engagement, mid, or if you wanted to run them both at the same time for whatever application. And then obviously your gear, your high-low range is here. Basically just providing more of that better ergonomic feel when you're operating the tractors.
It's a much higher seat. We'll show you in a little bit, but the seat feels so much higher. You've got a much better visibility from the seat. and because of that, the tenders also feel quite narrow and tight, and so these levers are positioned just perfectly.
Right. And here we have, you asked us about your rear working lights. We have the rear working light back here. You can see here we have it optioned on here. Let's talk about the new 260B backhoe, quick attach backhoe. A couple of things you want to notice that we changed about the 260B backhoe. Obviously, on our previous models, we did not have the seat integrated into the backhoe platform. We had a swivel seat, much like we did on our 1 Series, and now we've changed that just for more of ease of use. You don't have to swivel the seat, and we now have the seat on the backhoe. So the seat's going to stay with the backhoe when you detach it from the tractor. A couple of other changes with the 260B backhoe. As you notice here, we have integrated a step on our stabilizer arm for easy on and off, as well as your handle here to get up onto the platform. One other thing we integrated into is we now have a stabilizer parking or transport lockout.
So in order to work that, we'll just pull this.
Yep, and it'll just pop up. So basically what you would do is like that, and then you would just release it when you're going to put it down, so you don't have to hold it up. So it's just going to pop and sit on top of the pin.
Very nice, because a lot of comments, we get a lot of comments, mine as well, that they leak down. We end up having to tie them together and that kind of thing.
Yep. Backhoe part, one thing I mentioned here, this is pretty much a standard dipper stick and boom for the backhoe, but we do now have the mechanical thumb that you can get as an option on the 260B backhoe that can be very handy for different operations or applications that you have for whatever you're doing there. One other thing that I will mention about the backhoe is it is a quick attach backhoe. Basically, the way we take it off, it's held on by two pins here. Basically, the way that you would remove this backhoe is you would put your boom and dipper stick down on the ground, put your bucket down on the ground, apply pressure to raise the backhoe up just a little bit. That relieves the pressure on the pins. You pull the pins out, and then you use the would use the boom and dipper stick again to be able to just set the backhoe right off of the tractor. So pretty quick, easy on.
A couple of small features here that are very nice that don't exist on the 260.
Yep, we have our transport pins. So when you're in transport, this prevents the backhoe from inadvertently, if you're in transport, from swinging left to right, and then also keeps your boom from sagging down as you're running. So we would take these out. We have these nice storage locations when you're in the operating mode to be able to store those pins, so they're always kept with the backhoe.
Yeah, see, I have to get off of the seat of my backhoe because of my poor memory, right? They say you lose half of your short-term memory by the time you're 50. Well, I think I lost 75%. But anyway, I get up on the seat, and then I realize that the backhoe pins are still in, and I have to get back off and do that. You can reach these from the seat. That allows you to do that right there from the seat. Very nice.
Yes. So Tim, one of the other things we talked about, nothing new to automobiles or even on tractors, but one of the things we did incorporate is we do have a 12-volt outlet, so you can have your iPod, iPhone plugged in to keep it charged while you're operating the tractor. One of the other things too is key to making it a functional machine is we do have a position control hitch.
Absolutely.
Which allows you to have the repeatability of the hitch to go to a certain height there.
So again, very much like the 1025R, you get the creature comforts now of the 1025R, and you have this minor step up to the 2025R. It's a good option for those of you who think your 1025R might be just a little bit too small. It provides a little more ground clearance and some things like that.
Right. And Tim, one of the things I'll point out too, and we talked about the loader, we talked about the mower deck, and we also talked about the backhoe. So we have basically 3 implements on this tractor. And one of the things that's great about our 1 Series and also about our 1025R tractors is it's a 3 implement tractor. Okay, and what I mean by that is because of our independent deck lift, we can operate the deck independently of the loader and the backhoe.
Okay.
You would not, in some other models, competitive models, when you have a mid-mount mower deck on the unit, the way that they operate or raise and lower that deck is with the 3-point hitch. So if you had a box blade on the back of it, so when you have the box blade down, your deck's going to be on the ground as well, or vice versa. If you wanted to mow and forgot it was on the back, it goes up. So the independent deck lift is a great feature on this tractor.
Is the independent deck standard on the 2025R?
It's an option.
You know, we can't actually look at a tractor without looking under the hood.
That's right.
We need to do so. Let's see if we can get John to show us under the hood.
One of the changes that we made for our new models coming out in all of our compact utility tractor line, this is how you open the hood. Previously we had the lever up front that you would kind of pull slightly and the hood would pop up, but now you use your key or a pin. Basically we call this tool access. So you push this in, the hood pops up. Okay, you notice we now have the gas shocks here that hold the hood up as opposed to a mechanical linkage. But you know, Tim, one of the things is if maintenance is easy or serviceability is easy, people will do it, right? If it's hard, they won't do it. So we've tried to incorporate and make that a lot easier.
Hey, where's my bolts that I have to take out here?
Hey, I'm glad you noticed that, Tim, because you know why? We took those bolts out before. You needed to have some tools to be able to take that out. Now all we do is we have this little knob here. You turn it, pull that, and our side sheets come off to give you greater access to be able to do and check those service points that you need, and also to be able to clean out underneath the hood.
Okay, come around here, Christy. We got to see this.
It's my favorite part.
Oh, you don't care about this at all. Hey, so basically this just turns a quarter of a turn, comes out like that, and then when you want to put it back together, the hood piece runs right in there.
Nice.
Just like that. There's some other interesting, this is very nice access to this side of the engine.
Yeah.
Now, is this a fuse block that we get some access to?
Yes. Yep. That's access to your. This is access to your fuse block here. This would be.
I didn't show it on my 2032 28R review, but they provided a couple of extra points there that you could add some extra things if you needed to. Is there anything like that in here?
Yes, there is. So there is some open ports, but if you see on this side of the machine, we have the easy access to the fuse block, your fuel water separator, your engine oil filter, your dipstick, your engine oil fill, and then obviously the easy access to your air filter.
One of the broad questions we're going to get, John, is the powertrain. Is this the same engine that's in the 1025R?
This is the same powertrain that is in the 1025R. Yes, that is correct.
Okay. John, we don't have perfect access to the underside of the tractor, and it rained like 3 inches last night, so it's kind of hard to get under there.
Yeah, it was a monsoon here for sure.
But we've done a little bit of digging under there, and we don't notice that inline fuel filter that's on the 1025R that's a little bit of a pain to deal with. So it looks to me like that has been moved or removed, and so that's an exciting thing. But we found something else under here that we probably ought to mention, right? Christy, I think, is pretty proud of this.
I like this part.
We do have something that's a little bit different because we do have a bigger stance on the 2025R compared to the 1025R, as we've incorporated a footstep now for better access to get up on the operator's platform.
John, this has been a tremendous tour of the 2025R. It looks like something really to be proud of.
Yes, Tim. I appreciate you letting me have a chance to visit with you about our new 2025R, and I think it'd be a great tractor for those customers that want that versatility and be able to not only mow but have the functionality of the loader, the quick park backhoe. It's just a great all-around tractor for that large property owner.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Tim.
And we'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim. Just get wet. I don't care. This will be great. We got to have one of these, Chris. Hey, the seat's nicer.
Maybe it already has the extra heavyweight springs
The
on it.
cheeseburger challenge.
Yeah, cheeseburger
Yeah,
challenge
I think
springs.
it's made for about my size.